Don't play sports games either.
Yeah, no.
I'd rather go play the sport.
Yep. Even though my
I think
niece
the
do
last
not.
sports game I enjoyed
Basketball.
was Blitz the League.
There we go. There we go. I
Nice.
fixed it. I had to change my stream key.
Last
I
sports
fixed
game
it.
I enjoyed was
Oh,
Tecmo Bowl.
Oh wow.
I had to change the
Nice.
stream key. I forgot I changed it.
I enjoy sports until my knees go.
Rookie
Oh
mistake.
God,
Rookie mistake, Harley. You're fired. You have
Let
one
me make
job.
sure I can.
damn,
Yeah.
that's a new one. She got fired from her old stream.
Huh?
Ain't this a bitch?
What the? Who got fired from? Okay, you know what? Whatever.
No, we're just talking chat. Welcome everybody, Caterpillar Creations,
My,
the one Franksta, Spotterstein, 13 Jacks, with your Satanism 666 craziness. Look at you.
Oh God.
That's what the name is, man. I'm just mimicking the
Max,
name.
it's really nice, man.
Nutsy, good to see you. Oh wait, you're here in the stream. No, I'm just kidding.
hey,
I'm just
cat.
trolling, man.
That's
Stuff.
crazy. I love it.
All right, so we're just gonna make it short and sweet. We got Nutsy, Cleric, Blackup, Chavez, and Maisie. I'm gonna let them each go in and introduce themselves. And in case y'all didn't pay attention to Twitter, I'm not talking on this. This is all them. I'm gonna watch my chat. I'm gonna mod it. I'll make sure nobody gets out of line. And I've given them complete permission to be 100% real, as long as it goes with TLS, so I don't get banned. So without
Crazy.
further ado, we'll start with Nutsy, and I'm just gonna let y'all pick and choose how y'all want to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
As she said, I'm Nutsy. I've been streaming for about 7 years. Started on Mixer. I make music. I play shooters and other random games with the homies. Just whatever we want to play. You know what I'm saying? I'm a community based person. I'd rather play with the community than anything else. So I make a lot of music, and I'm just here to have fun and enjoy myself. I'm good.
Why don't we just do round robin actually? So, and at least it appears on my screen. Why don't we do Fallen Cleric next, and then how's that sound,
Yeah,
John?
that worked. I've been a streamer for about 1 year, just on Twitch. I play a variety of things from RPGs, old school shooters, community games. I'm just all over the place, just having fun. Um, well, that's all I do streaming wise. I got a master's degree. I tutor. I do a whole
Damn,
bunch of things.
damn, you're the most qualified person in this entire chat. Let me just.
Well, shit.
I heard Masters, and I don't even want to be here right now. Holy crap, this man's a brainiac. All right, anyway,
Yeah, it's in business too.
Well, shit. Okay.
nice.
Okay. Like, how the
My
fuck am I
bad.
supposed to top that shit? Okay.
It's not a competition. It's not a competition. Man.
Let's see. I'm 3 years into streaming in general. I have also been content creating for 5 years. I'm also a part of airport security. I also have like 12 different CDLs. I can drive a truck if I really need to. I'm just what I do is very simple. I like playing Indian horror games. If y'all seen my stream, you know Harley and me play way too many messed up games together. I still owe her for Inside the Lab, which she got me killed like 4 different times. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I just come here to give good vibes, have fun, and just enjoyable times. That's what I do.
Rock on. All right. Well, looks like Maze is focused, so I'll flap my gums for a minute. I'll say the best for last now. All right, we'll do that. My name is Chavez. I'm primarily a drummer first, chatter second, and gamer third in that order. I'm extremely passionate about people. I love helping. I'm all about self-development. I'm fascinated by psychology, philosophy, human behavior, linguistics. Why do we do what we do and say what we say? I'm all about assisting and helping in any which way, shape, or form that I can, including um, speaking aloud my weaknesses, my faults, my shortcomings, so that people can learn from that and take away from that whatever they may be. I'm a completely open book. There's literally nothing that I'm terrified to discuss. There's nothing that makes me uncomfortable. I am very, very confident in confrontation. professionally speaking, prior to doing this full time, which I'm still terrified each day, not knowing how much money I'm going to make. But I mean, by the grace of God, I have enough money each month over month to survive, not thrive. But we'll talk more about that later. But my background is into basically people, teaching, coaching, training, follow up. I would be paid big money to go into systems of any kind, no matter what it is, figure out what they were doing and fix it. Which is why I'm so passionate about wanting to see Kick succeed, as well as their streamers and everything else. So in a nutshell, that's it. I just happen to be a musician as well. Whoop-de-doo. That's awesome. That's cool. But that's actually not my number one thing, ironically enough. So we can all talk about ourselves, but that's me in a nutshell, needless to say. Hope that helps.
Hello, my name's Amaze. All about the good vibes, freestyle, entertainment, and gaming. Been doing streaming for about 8 years, going on 9 years in October. Y'all know me: positivity, energy, consistency, focus, development, learning. As I am still learning, everything is still progress by the day. Um, but I like freestyling. I like music. I enjoy video games, first-person shooters, preferably. Uh, I'm very, very big on music, very, very big on truth, very, very big on action. Uh, that's me, man. I'm a father at heart. I always say focus on the positives, leave the negatives alone. That's me. So nice to meet y'all. I hope y'all doing well.
Welcome, everybody. And that concludes the stream. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. It's been fun. Harley, do you have any closing comments? Anything you want to...
Yeah, be safe, be great, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all day today. Good night. Sorry.
Good.
Oh, man, that's like one of the biggest punks right there. Like, y'all just got
Damn.
punked. Anyway.
I'm fucking dead.
Damn.
So, Harley, you have kind of a little list of questions off here, and I'll kind of help facilitate this. But let's start off with one of the questions is, and I mean, I guess, guys, this is open discussion at this point for anybody. We don't have to do like this formal round robin thing. But you know, in your opinion, what is your definition of humble, or rather, being humble or humility as a whole? What are y'all's thoughts on that? What does that mean to you? Needless to say.
Anybody else want to go before I go?
I'll go. Yeah, you start.
Go ahead, man. You already started.
My definition of humble, man, is being able to stay on course when you feel like life is throwing you off course. My definition of humble is waking up when you feel like you don't want to. Definition of humble is getting out there and doing things that a lot of people don't believe you can do. And one of my biggest keys of being humble is being consistent and knowing that you're doing it for yourself without having to look for validation from others. Because I know the biggest key to being humble is not necessarily looking for validation from other people, but know that you're validated in everything that you've done. Because at the end of the day, the person that knows has done the most would be yourself, right? And we don't really pay attention to ourselves when we're doing these things. When you're so into what you do every day, and a lot of people don't validate that, you feel like your humbleness is not as humble. You feel like you're stumbling. So I will always say being humble is a person that knows how to remain on track and be okay with, I did this. That's my definition of humble, is I did this. I've been down this road. Somebody else is going down the same road, but they can't handle it. They can't handle it. You're looking for something. I'm not. You know what I mean? So there's a difference between me and you. I'm going to keep going. You're going to stop because somebody didn't validate this or validate that. I'm going to keep moving, keep developing, because I already told myself that I got it. You know what I mean? So that's my key to remaining humble. And what humbleness is to me is being strong. It's just when people push you back, you still continue to move forward. So that's me.
I feel like I like those. Yeah, that's those are a lot of good points. also at the same time, being able to self-reflect, know your worth, but not flexington on it on other people.
Was that a jab? Was
What?
that a
Huh?
jab?
What?
Huh?
Mm,
Nutsy?
mm.
Are we gonna do this right here, right now? Okay, okay. Let's
like-
talk about nuts.
Mm.
Fake beef, fake beef. Got you baited. All of y'all just got you baited. Take two. All right, go ahead.
So, but I mean, know your worth, and even if you're that guy that's doing real well, and you're doing real well, you don't need to project to anybody else that you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? You just do you. I think is exactly what Maze was saying. Just do you, even though you're doing well, somebody else might not be. Just keep it to your motherfucking self. Stay humble about it and keep moving.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's hard to do.
Yeah, because everybody likes to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? A win is a win, and you don't always have to share your wins.
Nope. Some people don't like it, but at the end of the day, you're not here to impress them.
Nope. I can agree with all that.
I'd want to say humble's more about being thankful. More about being thankful about who you are, and more about and not trying to get upset about somebody else doing their thing. Like if someone's being upset, or somebody's just trying to give all the things that they're doing and it could be better or worse than yours, it doesn't really matter. Just be humble and just say great job, man.
I find this question, actually, it's a simple question, but it's really kind of a loaded question, because throughout throughout English history, right, words changed, definitions changed, or they're modified. If anything, they try to stay consistent, but some professor comes along and just changes the littlest of nuances within the words, right? So I find this interesting because we could all go say right now and say, hey, the actual definition of humble, or I'll say humility, because that's really the core, right? Humility. We might find a different definition here and there, wherever the case may be, but what I find so unique about this question is that it's not a surface level question, and I think it's very revealing to the character of the person that's answering it. And this is neither good nor bad. This is just an opinion. This is my point of view. But to me, humility at the core of its existence, in my opinion, is servanthood. I think it's dying to yourself daily and giving yourself away, and to realize that you're not the center of the universe. And as it relates to, let's put it in layman's terms, in regards to, say, the music industry, the number one rule about the music industry, Nutsy and Maids, I'm sure you guys can attest to this, is there's always somebody better in talent and skill. There's always somebody better. I don't know what you're talking about. My stuff is fire. Okay. But no, right. It's very revealing, and you know what? There's somebody better than that person. There's somebody better than that person, and it's not even about being better or whatever the case may be. But know that you're constantly learning, and it's a never-ending journey. It's a marathon. It's never a sprint about experience and wisdom and knowledge, right? But in a nutshell, to me, that's something I sincerely check myself every single morning, and I fail sometimes. Other times I do great. For me, it's like a little test to myself. Dying to yourself, the selfishness of your own willingness to give to yourself, me. That we have plenty of that in this world already, in an overabundance, right? But giving yourself away, and then the greatest challenge, the last thing I'll say on top of humility, the greatest challenge is that giving yourself away to somebody who, quite frankly, by worldly standards, may not actually even deserve it. Maybe they've actually wronged you. It takes a greater man or a greater woman to overlook an offense because you're promoting that level of humility and love and passion and care. And that, I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy. But if you want to be really selfless and humble, let's have that test and see, what say you? What say you? Just, that's my 2 cents on it. So anyway, the Black Up, you're up, brother. No pressure.
Right. No pressure at all. I was literally just going to say being humble, but y'all already said it. It's basically knowing you're a big fish, but knowing that there's always a bigger fish out there somewhere. There's someone always above you somewhere out there that could be better. Or you could feel like you're the best, but you know that, what, I'm the best, But you know what? I'm still me. I'm still just one person. I'm still a normal individual like everyone else out here. To me, that's the definition of being humble. Like like May said earlier, I'm not a legend. I'm just me. I'm just a regular dude. I put my pants on one leg at a time, like everybody else.
Sure. Well, one of the interesting things that I could see potentially problematic about this term that is so commonly used of staying in your lane, which I can understand the mentality behind that, and for the most part, I agree with that. It goes in hand. It goes hand in hand with there's a time and a place for everything, right? It's the same concept. The challenge with that is that if you're not challenged to better yourself, or did my camera just freeze? Can y'all see me? Can you hear me?
You're
I can hear
froze, but
you,
we
but
hear
you
I
you.
hear
froze.
you.
We hear
The
you.
camera
I can
just
hear
stopped.
you.
Wow. All right. Well, what happened there? All right. Well, that was fun, guys. Thank you for dropping in. I'm now gone.
It looks like you're in that wicka wicka
Well,
state right
anyway,
there.
I
Wicka
don't
wicka.
know what happened. I'll try to figure this out. But well, anyway, needless to say, all I'm pretty much getting at is the great disease of self justifies and excuses all wrongdoings because the core of that is evil, is pride, and they're all so closely intertwined. But again, dying to yourself daily and serving and whatnot is it's such a hard thing to do. And I challenge, especially the men, because we're testosterone driven, we're masculine, and we're tough, and we can't cry. No, real men don't cry. Real men don't show emotion or whatever. I challenge you to do the exact opposite of that because the best example of leadership, in my opinion, is servanthood. And how is that actually executed? Through humility in different ways, from husbands to wives, from brothers to sisters, from brother to brother, not even just from male to female thing in general, but like it's just that servanthood mentality, So anyway, that's just something I'm very, very in tune to because I'm loaded with pride and I try to kill it every single day. I hate that. So anyway, tangent over. I'm trying to get my camera working here. Man, what happened? What I will say, actually, so a follow-up question. Hey, there I am.
There you
I don't
go.
know what happened. I have no idea what happened. All right, whatever. In your opinion, what is a quote real stream? Wait, hold on. In your opinion, what is real in the streamer space? Harley, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what you mean by that.
Can I go first?
Absolutely, sure, man. Take that question.
Not
if
a
you want.
damn thing. Nothing is
Interesting.
real. Nothing is real in streaming spaces. Either people are going to give you a fake introduction, they're going to give you fake stories about themselves, or they're just going to give you a whole spiel that they just made up. Like I caught someone last week, they had a whole chatbot thing going that they were writing a script for them to talk to their stream. And I was just
You ain't
like,
gonna find that in my channel, bro.
I'm gonna. You don't mind me jumping in with you on that, do you?
go ahead.
I'm not gonna say entirely all streaming spaces are fake. There are some that are real, but there's just I realize, man, all the real streaming spaces are outdone by the streaming spaces y'all consider entertainment. The people who say things that sound good and sound real probably actually real. You know what I mean? And I think there's just so many people that look at things that have numbers on it that they clarify as real because the numbers value that being real, right? Like if I just said something and somebody with numbers just said the same exact thing I said, mine ain't going to obtain as real versus the person who just started being real about some of these things. You know what I mean? Uh, I go out here every day, man, and I always tell them, I tell everybody in the chat, man, no, you can't no longer just sit here and just say words. Words are the easiest things. A lot of people just love using words a lot. There's no action with any words nowadays in the streaming space, which needs to be worked on. You know what I mean? This is something a lot of people really don't pay attention to, which is why a lot of these streamers who are on the come up aren't getting as much feedback as they should be because it's easy to go in Chavez's channel and say, "Hey, bro, I'm a lurk." That's it. I don't know what's going on in his channel. I'm just gonna drop the lurk, and that's my way of saying, hey, I was there. You know what I mean? I truly believe that. I truly believe that when you want to watch somebody, you're gonna enjoy the content. Meaning, you're gonna enjoy the jokes, you're gonna enjoy the vibes, you're gonna enjoy the energy, because you don't stay there long enough to hear the real side. You only stay there long enough to hear something that makes sense to you, right? That's what it is in the streaming space that most people cater to. Like if somebody's feeling is this today and you're the streamer catering to that feeling today, then they like you. If you're not catering to that feeling tomorrow, will they be there? Probably not. More than likely now at that point you're just talking. You know what I mean? But I think that the problem with some of these spaces right now, and it ain't even gotta just be obtaining a kick, it's me anywhere, is a lot of people are comfortable with the word lurk, but don't know really the true meanings. Lurk has been thrown around like it's an easy word now that it takes away from people who actually lurk a channel, which is why a lot of lurkers don't use the word lurk anymore, because it's so many people know how to use lurk and tab up that are you really enjoying the content, or are you just just about to throw me on your browser? You know what I mean? And I think that defeats the purpose of what streamers should be like, because streamers should be good examples. Nowadays, kids come and watch streamers versus more than they pay attention in school. I can tell you so many cousins of mine that know
Amen
more
to that,
about a
man.
streamer's mentality than they do about an education. And that is very, very much scary to me, because some of the streamers that they watch do bad example of things, and they're learning from some of these streamers. So I gotta say that it is either it's a fake space, and there's a lot of people that do like to go out there and do. You forget that streaming is an entertainment space as well. So some people like to go out there and probably wear wigs and do this thing, and that's just a character that they play. You know what I mean? And that's okay. You know what I mean? It's streaming is made for your entertainment purposes. It's like Comcast cable from back in the day, except for no one's watching Comcast cable anymore. They're just watching streams. Streams are just channels you flick through. Okay, what are they doing? Oh, a music channel. I was playing the instrument. Oh my God, drumming. Oh my God. Oh my God. And he's got jokes. It's just channels that entertain you for a bit, and then you flip through the channel to another channel that is entertaining. And that's what I believe that streaming is now. Streaming is the new cable box. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people watch football, but now a lot of people want to watch football with other people on streams. You know what I mean? Like they like to get opinions of streamers so they don't feel alone in the things that they're talking about. I always have to think, man, that I'm not the only one in this world, and I don't know how other people live. You know what I mean? That is how I am genuinely looking at things now, and I'm also looking for things that have an action behind it versus you just saying words now. You know what I mean? The wordplay is out this world now in 2024, and Kick has a lot of wordplay. You know what I mean? It's a lot of wordplay, and that's why a lot of streamers aren't growing as much as they should, because we're okay with tabs, we're okay with lurks, we're okay with these things, and these are things y'all should not be okay with. You should always want people to want to engage with your content. You should always teach people to engage. If they're not engaging with the content, then they don't like it. You can't be mad at them for not liking your content. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're in a space now, not even just with Kick, it could be with anywhere you go, where it just has to have some type of value or some type of, is this going to get me up higher to it? You know what I mean? If you're not bringing anything to the table that pushes them or has any type of pull, then are you worth watching? Are you worth watching? You can have somebody who knows nothing about streaming, but he is a big time and he's got the connections. Hits that go live button once. Your favorite streamer, your friends, your viewers, the people you're looking for, all be right there. It has a pull. You have to have a pull in some type of way, which is upsetting sometimes. But at the end of the day, I get it. I don't know what somebody else is facing. So I will not go out there and judge the next human being for, hey, I'm trying to get my cake and eat it too. You know what I mean? But it's just, it defeats the purpose of what stands out. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell you right now that I gotta use Chavez because he's doing it. Like, homie does his own thing, makes his own choices, doesn't care your thought about it. Still does the music, still can develop. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what a lot of people should be doing. You should be wanting to do what you feel like doing and not worry about what other people feel, because at the end of the day, that's not going to hurt him because your talent's there. It's not going to hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
I always believe that being authentic and speaking on things that make sense is what's going to wake people up a little bit more. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't want to hear truths. A lot of people just want to hear things that make sense. That's what all it is. If it makes sense, they're gonna agree. You know what I mean? That's why I've been at a lot lately. And I've been in this thing for the longest period of time. And it's just nobody minds, man, listening to things that make sense because it gives them a sense of hope. But I don't want to give people a sense of hope in that way because I know at the end of the day, a month or 2 months later, it's gonna break them. It's gonna break them. You're gonna be right back at where you was 2 months ago. You're gonna replay the same scenario in your head that you thought was there 2 months ago. It's just keep telling me sweet nothings. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Be my wife. Tell me something. Keep telling me I sound good. Tell me I look good. Tell me I'm doing something nice. I want you to tell me every day. And I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and you're gonna make sure I do that. And then after that is done, it's over. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's gonna be. It's filling your head with a lot of sweet things until you realize it ain't so sweet no more. You know what I mean? That's something that a lot of people don't really think about. But I
Can I
do.
pop in on that?
Yeah, jump in, man.
So
Jump in.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Black. Partially, okay. Like you're gonna see a lot of people portray things they aren't, never have been. They'll say things they, you know. At the same time, you're gonna have the people like myself. I will not change my morals. I will not change my family values or my views or a motherfucking follow or a sub ever. You can keep the bits. You can keep the $5. You can. I don't give a fuck. I own an HVAC business. I do this. I do this because I enjoy this. Like, you know what I mean? This, you're going to get real out of me, and there's a lot of real motherfuckers, bro. The problem is, I said it earlier to you guys earlier. We meet 5, but 4 of them are faking snake.
All the time, dog.
Okay? For every 5 you meet, 4 of them motherfuckers is not right. They can't get right. Okay? They'll never get right. They don't care. They only need that dollar bill, and that's all that matters to them. You don't matter to them. Your feelings, your family, nothing about you matters to them. That's normal. That's streaming. That's what it is. Like you can't get past that. That's what it is. You fucking find the ones that are real and you stick close. You ride to die with them motherfuckers because it's hard to find them motherfuckers.
That's why I say it's a rare time to find somebody who's real versus people who pretend. There's images everywhere, bro. There's images everywhere. It's a rare finding now. You don't find them. Everybody can literally fake the image.
I think it's the case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, no, Claire.
I mean, at least that dude was real.
Man? What are your thoughts on this, Fallen?
I would say it's everyone's just trying to get on the next hot ticket of what's going to get some views. And then as soon as they're done streaming or doing whatever they're doing, they're going to just hop off and be who they real are. But you're going to find out quick who's being real and who's not. That's why all the bigger streamers, all the big time people stick around with the same group because all those people are the most real to them.
Bingo.
Versus like all the newer streamers, they're on with a whole bunch of people all the time. You see them on with a whole bunch of new people. Some people just trying to connect. Like me, I'm just trying to connect with people, see who's real, who's not, and I'm just here for fun.
So
I ain't trying to chase nothing.
Bro, the way you said I literally covered this in a pep talk about how a lot of people wonder why big streamers don't acknowledge small streamers. I said because they already been where you are, man. They already found their real individuals. They good, man. They don't want to go back there and look at what y'all doing at the bottom. Y'all fighting so much, you don't even know who to trust. It's like now you can't play and vibe out with people, make friends anymore without some type of business piece being involved? Or am I going to get something from this? Am I going to gain something from this? Are we going to grow together, bro? Do you feel that's going to happen? I'm like, bro, I just want to buy. I don't want to. I don't want to do.
Same time, chat's right. Change up is real. The moment, you know what I'm saying, you got the homie, it's been the homie so long, then all of a sudden you do good or he does good. You know what I'm saying? You see a change up in everybody around you. The change up is real.
It is. It's been a
So
thing for a long period of time, though. Change up ain't never been old. That's always staying style.
dude, good night.
Either some
Wow, that
people,
car.
exactly. Either somebody can. I've been in, like I said, I've been in for 8 years. I've seen the change up. A lot of people say I changed up, but at the end of the day, did I change up or did you? Is there something there
Or
that
did
you
you
don't,
progress?
or did I progress? And as I always say, you either gonna ride with the seatbelt on, or this is your time right here where I stop and you get out. You know what I mean? The ride isn't built for a lot of people. You know what I mean? This whole entire business field, man. Streaming business is funny business. Since I've been in it, it's always been funny business. When I would say my second year in, I knew nothing about it. When I start getting into it more, I was like, oh my God, man. All this is business, man. Everything is about business. No one wants to build a genuine friendship. It's just business. I ain't trying to do it. I'm really trying to vibe with people that I believe that's just really cool. You gonna vibe. There ain't gonna be no hostile energy, no negative energy. No, I can't trust you, you can't trust me energy. I just want to vibe. That's it. That's all I want to do, man. That's all
So
I've ever been trying to do, but you can't. You can't find it nowhere now, man. It's
what determines? So here's a question for all you guys, actually, and I'm gonna give my very, very short, simple answer to all of this.
yeah.
Um, for me, the term being real and whatnot. Actually, Maze started off with this. Nutsy touched up on this. Actually, really, all of you guys kind of touched up on this in your own verbiage. I think being real is very simple when the rubber meets the road, when somebody says they're going to do something and they actually do it, when actual words become action, right? Now, that can go both ways, right? I said I was going to do something. Well, maybe that was bad intent, right? Okay, well, I know that you're really fake. Or, hey, I know that you're actually really real, right? And that's also very subjective, too. What does real mean? So, I mean, that can open up a whole can of worms, but that's my take on it. But my question, though, is that what determines the ability, dude? Who needs to be freaking slapped?
Yeah, who's in your neighbor? Whose neighborhood's doing that, bro? Yeah, I need
Nuts,
to
is
go
that
out the
you?
window.
No, that's my neighborhood. I'm sorry about that.
You need to
No,
go
that's
out there and be like,
fine.
"Hey,
You got
bro,
motherfucking
chill."
racetrack.
Look,
Does that
look.
happen all the time, dude? Freaking
Look.
smack a
I live in the
motherfucker.
hood, and this is the essays, and they did. This is about. It's warm outside. This is what they do. I I'd rather not.
You got Fast and Furious in the hood.
Good
Yeah.
night, man. That's
You
just
ain't
I
you ain't sleeping
mean,
at night.
dude.
Oh yeah, I do. That's why I have a white noise machine.
I don't know, man. The stuff like that just screams insecurity. Like, hey, I'm as loud as I can. This is me. Hello, Well, that's another topic too. But like, so my question though is what determines the thought process of for you guys? What determines whether or not somebody's real or not? Like, would you agree or disagree with what I said as far as like when words become action, or is this something bigger or deeper to you guys?
Most definitely
Okay.
words and actions. Like you look, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. I just had fallout with people that I've been friends with for like 3-4 years streaming because I found out they're doing shady shit that I can't. Like I said, I don't change my morals and my family values and my views for nobody. You can get fucked. They're gonna stay the way they are, and they're the way they are because that's how I was raised, and that's what I know, right? So, it's dude. This space is not the space to make a billion friends. You're gonna make a handful of them that are real to you, and the reason I'm gonna say that, like you guys keep saying it, is because that's subjective. Because whatever your definition of real is, because people in this room they don't see what I see, right?
Mm-hmm. Everybody's different.
The other
Yeah.
viewers don't see what I see. I'll be sitting in a couple of channels a day watching other people talk, and then going to other channels and watching people talk, and shit ain't the same the way they talking. Like, and I just watch it. Like, I literally do it every day.
See, that's why I think it's so important to kind of piggyback off of what I was saying. I think that's why it's so important also to be consistent. And I speak to this about myself as well on stream. It's like, guys, I'm the same off stream as I am on stream. I don't put on, there's no fakeness in that regard. And furthermore, if you think I'm wrong on something, or if I said something that offends you, then let's have a conversation. Which goes now into our next question. I think this is actually a really good question. How would you advise on handling conflict? Like, how do you handle? I'll even one up that confrontation. How do you handle confrontation
Directly.
directly? Okay, so what does that mean to you?
That means if you got a motherfucking problem with me, pull me into a room, give me a VC, send me a message. Let's chat about it between us, and you make your own assumption of how you feel, instead of taking it, taking it to Black and telling Black that, oh, Nutsy's a fucking prick. This is what he did, and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And trying to get aside from other people. Sorry, I didn't mean, Black.
No, you're fine. Because the moment that would
saying?
happen, I'd be like, yo, Nutsy, what's up with this bullshit
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
being told?
So like I just feel like being direct is the best way to handle conflict on, and that's with anything, to be fair. Like, in general, your entire fucking life. If you know you got an issue with somebody, or somebody else has got, if there's any issues there, dude, handle it directly. Take it straight to the motherfucking source. That way you get it from the fucking horse's mouth, and there's no he said, she says, if, ands, buts, or whats. It's all exactly what was on the table, unless that person ain't completely real, and then you ain't gonna get what's on the table, right?
True.
Okay.
My thought is, I always keep it like that, is if you meant to go to post it out there to the world, there ain't no direct talking after that. And I've dealt with that. Like I said, 6 years in the game, I've dealt with people who do that, then go after it's done and it's not working, or people are sabotaging them for it, or this, that, and the third. Then they want to talk about it. I think it's a little too late. I think you knew what you wanted to do beforehand. And I also believe that people when they're angry in the moment, they're not thinking. They're just going to do it. And automatically that is, I'm going. I'm angry. I'm posting. Don't matter. You know what I mean? I think when they calm down and then they want to have a direct conversation, I think it's just like, well, damn, it's a little too late for that at that point. I think that is like, it's like everything, bro, is, you gotta get entertainment in the streaming industry, because I'm not going to say that it works like that in the real world, because it doesn't. And in the real world, you want to have a direct conversation, or, hey, hit me up in a Facebook DM. You know what I mean? Like, Facebook base that to me just feels like family vibes. But more than likely, I would like to have a conversation. And a conversation, when you come with having the right conversation, it has to make sense. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be genuinely made sense. You really wanted to have this conversation, not having this conversation for a purpose or something. You know what I mean? Like, what was the intent? As you assume, these are the type of things that I want to know. You know what I mean? And I've had that conversation. I've had those conversations before. Like, I literally had somebody before I was like, why was your next intent, if I didn't respond, was to post this to the world? You feel me? Like, I always tell people, you know, like, why do people treat me like, well, you post your business to the world so they know it all. You know what I mean? It's, at the end of the day, it's, if you want to have the conversation, man, women, doesn't matter who it is, then let's be grown adults about the conversation, and let's have the conversation. But make sure the conversation is a conversation worth having. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for. Is it worth having, or is it a waste of your time and my time? You know what I mean? That's why I'm at with the rec. I definitely like the rec versus just, if you have to feel like in your thought host to the world, then at the end of the day, like, I don't want to have those conversations. You know what I mean? I don't want to have those conversations, period. Because that just tells me you don't mind doing that again. You feel me? I'm yet again a person that is, I'm not going to go out there and speak upon. You know what I mean? I'm going to go out there and say, hey, I'm going to go at it as a civilized way. And if the civilized way isn't working, then I'm out. You know what I mean? That's how I carry myself because I don't have the time for the games anymore, man. Like I said, I'm a dad, bro. Only one that gives me all these games is my son. Like, I gotta go over here chase this man. I gotta deal with him doing this, that, and the third. I should not have to be doing that with grown people. You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
it's just it's a waste of time.
You know, I find that interesting because I think what you're describing is actually even a symptom of a greater problem as far as people who are being irrational and they base their so-called logic or lack thereof off of an emotional response. It's hard to be rational and to have reason and logic tied into something when your tensions are high, whether it be angry, upset, disappointed, sad, and all these other feelings on the spectrum that are all over the place, right? But I also think that the reason why I word it as a symptom of a greater problem is that most people, and this is going to show my age here, but I don't give a shit. The younger folk, the younger generation, as a whole, and some grown ass adults, even older than all of us, they don't know how to confront. They're terrified. They back themselves into a corner. They're insecure. They know not how to handle themselves in any kind of test or trial of any kind. And then furthermore, take that on top of the digital age that we live in, where there is no such thing as privacy, period. There is no such thing as privacy. It's impossible.
Crazy now.
It's wild to see self-entitled people of different backgrounds, different ages, different races, different experiences, and different professions even, like, and then they do that and then they put it in a public forum. And this kind of goes back to what Nutsy was saying, which what you guys don't know for everybody in chat. We were very briefly talking about this before we started the stream. And you hit the nail right on the head, man. Going to the source. It's kind of like, imagine, if you will, if I have a problem, I'll pick on Fallen. If I have a problem with Fallen, and I'm going through this avenue, and let's turn it into forms of currency, right? By the time I get to this person, we're adding a penny as we move along, right? Well, by the time, if I'm going through all these avenues and I'm getting to Fallen and I'm coming out with $1, it's like, dude, that's pretty bad, if you know what I'm saying. Everybody's adding their 2 cents on something, right?
It's that phone tree.
Exactly. And like, it's all that could have been easily avoided. We don't have to worry about other people's influence or outsider opinions and their subjective point of view. I'm going straight to the source. And hey, man, if we at best, or actually at worst, rather, we can agree to disagree, you know, and have, I preach on this all the time. You know, there's a lost art of knowing how to have civil discourse. And most people, not all, but most people do not know how to constructively confront somebody on said topic or said issue. And that in turn goes into this, we don't really have to go on this tangent, but like guilty by association, or he said this and she said that. It's like, everybody says, well, you know, man, it's just a bunch of nonsense and I freaking hate all that noise. And that's true. But then they contradict themselves by engaging in the very behaviors that they absolutely can't stand. Then you go into hypocrisy, man. It's just ridiculous. But I think it all stems from just the fact that people are so openly saying whatever they want to say on the internet. And, you know, I the last thing I'll say is, I personally, I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody.
Just like me, I say that all the time. I don't hate anybody. I wish you well.
Dude, I hate what people do.
I hate everybody equally.
They do, but I don't hate people, you know?
I don't hate
that's the last thing I
people.
was going to say.
Look,
I do hate Nutsy, though. I'm going to let him be the
I can't hate somebody because hating somebody uses too much of my energy that could be focused to other shit.
Sure. Valid.
It takes too long.
Then you're letting them win. If they're in your head and they're really stewing you up, what good does that do, man? You've already lost. You've already lost. That's your own doing.
All right, Chavez, the reason I said direct, straight to the source, is because I'm guilty of that. And as a, I've done it, okay? I can't say I haven't done it before. I can't say I haven't went straight to the internet before I went straight to the source. I've done it.
I
So
respect that honesty, man.
the reason I say direct is because, you know, as a human, and a man that's proud, I want to progress and I want to grow. And my birds are going ham. My bad. I really can't stop that if you hear it.
No, I can't hear it personally.
Okay. So in that aspect, you know what I'm saying? Like I did what I did. I noticed what I did. I didn't like what I did. It was not what I felt like a representation of me actually was. And I apologized for it. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to do my damnedest not to do this anymore. Right? You know what I mean? So, I mean, all of us have feelings. We all have emotions. We're all going to react and counter react to an action, right? Like it's human nature. It's just it's what we do with it after it's done, right?
Sure. You know, I want to. I have a really interesting question. Actually, it's not on this list. I'm very curious to hear from everybody's point of view. Bluntly, what do you think Kick is doing right? What do you think Kick is doing wrong? This could go any direction, but I want to hear. I think most of y'all may know where I stand on this, but I'm very curious to hear May's Kick partner Phase 1, Nutsy, Fallen. Even though you may not fully stream on Kick, you still have an opinion, man. You can have it, and of course the Black Up as well. So I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. Again, what are they doing right, and what are they doing wrong?
Maze, you should take this.
Yeah, you gotta start this
No
one.
comment.
I mean, I'll talk about it because I have no skin in the game. It's easy.
Okay.
But for me, I look at Kick as a great opportunity for some people because they have the higher payouts than Twitch. There seems to be less terms of services in what I've heard online. So it seems like an easier space to do whatever you want, get views, get easier money. But on the flip end of that, it might be hard to see more even real people because everyone's just trying to get views. And you're going to have more people talking as much as they can online just to get the drama and get more views in on Kick than via Twitch, I would think.
All right, you spark me up. All right. All right. My thoughts. The good. The 95.5. I mean, money is important. It's a value. It's a thing that everybody needs. You can sit here and ignore it, be a douche about it, but you need money. And a lot of people do this full time, and this is where their money is perceived. It started back in the day where everybody was all huddled up. That was the whole reason I joined it in the first place, where everybody was all loving and caring and supporting each other. It became this beautiful support system. All these
It was
gifts,
kumbaya.
everybody's shopping around, like, hey, you take this, you take this. Everybody was smoking rent freeze, and there was a lot of love given to everybody. And I felt more rewarded for what I do here, music wise, and trying to elevate and get people going, and focus and have a fun time. And then I don't know what happened. I think things just really went lopsided. More people start calling out bots. Everybody's a bot if they're not botting. People botting and don't know they're botting. Somebody's botting somebody, don't know that they're botting them. People using, I'd say I've seen people host now, and then they're still streaming and literally look at the content, then take the host back, go back to streaming.
What?
Yeah, it's a thing.
What do you mean?
I've
Like you
literally
host and just keep doing other
4K
things?
somebody and block the man on site. Literally
I saw that
4K
the
the
other day,
man. I
actually.
clicked the channel and he didn't know I clicked it. But I clicked this channel. He said something about let's work together. He had a lot of his viewers in the channel, and I'm thinking that it was a host, but it was just him trying to get a shout out. And I didn't think at first, and then so I clicked the channel and he was still live. Then he went to another channel to do the same thing. I think it's just people, versus what it used to be back in the day, because it's always the streamer that goes into a channel and say, can you give me a shout out? Can I get a shout out?
Right there, bro.
Or, you know what I mean? But now it's using their channels, bring a couple, 3-4 their viewers in and say, hype, and then you go look and click the link or click the channel, and I'm like, oh, wow, I just got played. You know what I mean?
I see how real you are. I
Yeah,
see
that was that. I've never seen that until I got the kick, bruh. Never ever seen that before a day in my life. I got the
I
kick.
noticed that the other day, actually. Say that
Yeah,
my
yeah.
my boy, it was his first stream on Kick, and he had like 8 or something that he was gonna host out with, and the moment he hosted out, he was still on camp, like he was still there.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes OBS camera.
So like, is that oh my,
Sorry.
is that a thing? Like that's something
You can
that
do
should
that,
be
bro.
changed,
You
right?
can
Like
host. You
if
can
you
host.
fucking
It
host,
won't
your
end
stream
you.
should end, right? Like
Yeah, it won't
be
end
done.
you. It won't end you. It will literally keep you there until you push the stop on your thing. It's not like Twitch.
Well, to me,
Oh,
that sounds like something that needs to be addressed by the Kick side,
yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's one thing that I just learned about. Like I said, I found out about that this week. Yeah, there was something that I didn't know about.
That's wild.
Somebody was just like,
That's
let's
cringe.
make music together. I ignored after he said that because then I found out what he was like doing. But the goods of that is the 95.5. That's everybody can cover that. I would say that the viewership here can use a lot of work. And I believe that a lot of teachings need to be done.
Well,
You
the
know what I mean?
streamers,
Yeah,
like
it's everybody's a streamer here.
that's
You
what I'm
ain't
saying.
know?
Like
But look,
it's streamers, right?
it's just
Okay.
it needs to be there needs to be a tutorial on what growth should feel like. Because most people are looking at things where if I bot, it don't matter if I bot here. But botting should never be okay. You know what I mean? Because it's not
It's
determining
nothing.
growth. It's determining false allegations of growth on this platform.
Mhm.
So a lot of people eat that up alive, bro. They eat it alive. Yeah, take the bots and celebrate with these things, and it's not even real. You know what I mean? And then that those bots, those numbers create engagement, bring a whole lot of people in, and I don't know, man. I've always been authentic growth. A lot of people are like, what happened to you, Maze? You're asking the wrong person. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know what went wrong. But at the end of the day, it's just, I believe when a lot of things came out, I want to say like phases and KCIP and all of these things came out, everybody start changing. Everybody start doing their own thing. The people I used to see that had people that would interact with them, they no longer interact. Everybody start doing their own thing. So it told me that, well, there must be more streamers than viewers here. Or there were viewers and now there are more streamers here. You know what I mean? So it's like, if we trying to be real here, it's just everybody believes that it could be a streamer, which I've already clarified in my pep talk one time before. Sometimes you got to give the truth. This ain't built for everybody. You know what I mean?
Nope.
It is an area where I will always tell people, if you're gonna look for some viewers, you ain't gonna find them here on Kick because I pretty much know everybody. I've seen them all that are in those categories that are actually genuine talking people. You know what I mean? Like I genuinely can go to a channel and say, I know this person, know that person, know that person, know that person. I can genuinely do that. That's too tight. You know what I mean? I can also sit here and say that if we aren't teaching, I'm always said, if streamers aren't teaching the viewers to engage, which is what this platform is making you do a lot more of, then you're not really going anywhere on this platform. If there's no engagement, there's no one talking, there's no one vibing with you. Truth, I'm gonna be real. You just ain't growing. No matter how many bots you throw, no matter how much you do, you're throttling yourself down to a hole. You might not get banned, but now you're not seen. You know what I mean? Kick side of that badness needs to change badly. It needs to change because if it doesn't, we just all gonna continue to be in that mode where we're saying things need to get better and better and better. I can't lean that more towards staff and heads anymore. Because now at the end of the day, what makes a platform is the viewers and the streamers, not the heads. You know what I mean? We're on the platform. That means you bring your audience over. That means you bring your audience over. Your audience is being shared with a lot of other communities and a lot of other streamers. If we're just being okay with the, hey, thank you so much for the tab. Thank you so much for the lurk. There's a lot of people that lurk. I'm a lurker. I'm a true lurker. I mean, I literally blow people's minds when I tell them about their channel. Well, yeah, you did this, you did that, blah, blah, blah. What? You saying that? Yeah, so you blow yourself up in Call of Duty. I thought that was funny. Well, you know what I mean? It's just, if we aren't seeing the calibers, streamers are teachers in a way, because most people learn from those streamers, the streamer. So if the streamer allows that, then what do you think the viewer's going to do in the other channel? They're going to, on Kick, I believe there's more of a newer audience that doesn't know too much about what it feels like for true growth. Because I've never seen so many streamers say, hey, can you shout me out? I need 50 followers. Or I need this, that, and the third. I always say, when I first came over to streaming, when I came over to Kick, my first mindset was, I don't mind starting over. But this time, I don't want all these followers. I just want people who genuinely want to buy with me. Because the numbers didn't matter. I have so many followers on Twitch, but does it really matter if they're not there?
Yeah, it don't
You know what I
matter if
mean?
nobody
Does
talks.
it matter if they're really not there? Like, I said I wanted to come over to Kick, and I was like, man, please, I hope people just follow me and really love what I do. Boy, was I wrong. You know what I mean? Like, because they made you feel good until they wasn't feeling good anymore.
May I interject? So,
Go ahead.
would you say Kick at this point in time has become a crab in a barrel mentality?
I would say it's honestly more that now with all of these new things available, you know, that people are going to gravitate towards people. They believe that if you're not giving them some type of tiny bit of clout, then you're not validated to them, which takes away from talented individuals, hardworking individuals. Look at the live music category. It used to be jumping. It is halfway dead now. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I try to go and look like, well, what went wrong? You know what I mean? What went wrong? What happened? Some of the live musicians, man, changed over categories to do something else. It is. I respect all my live musicians, man, that continue to push, because Lord Jesus, that shit hard. It is hard. It is the hardest shit ever, bro. Like, we are literally trying to lead something that ain't even there. You know what I mean? Like, it is like, y'all want Kick to be this, that, and the third. We just got to do better with, like, a lot of people see Kick as money. When you see Kick, you think of money, because that's what they interpret themselves to be, the marketing of money. You know what I mean? How much money would you do? Would you quit your job? I've never heard so many people say this now. Would you quit your job if Kick offers you this amount of money? I'm
No.
like, what is happening? Why are we doing this with Kick thing? Why is Kick now, if what I quit my job for this amount of money? Why are we doing this? Why is this a thing now? You know what I mean?
I'll answer that question honestly. Do you know? Because I have a 401k, health benefits, dental. You don't realize how expensive that shit is till
You
you go
lose
have
all
it.
that stuff,
It
yeah.
couldn't match what I got going on. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, okay, that's okay. So it's just, that's what the bad part of the cycle is. And I believe that's what the viewership is being affected by, is Kick's asking for this. I don't know. I mean, we aren't blind. We can clearly see that viewership just took a tank, right? Like, a lot of y'all can see it, because versus what it was before, and what you see now is just like, well, what is that doing for? Why are people walking away from Kick? Why are we losing so many people that used to love what we do?
Cool.
And
Maze,
yeah.
I got a question, man. Do you
Yo.
think it's because like they signed on more popular streamers from like other platforms, and that why the regular streamer be losing out on so much?
I'd say that Twitch and YouTube do the same thing. So what's the difference with Kick with that? You know what I mean?
Maybe just a lower base. Got a lower base. So that
feel like-
means like if everyone's looking for clout, I might just go with just more of the big people compared to the smaller people.
Huh.
You know, let me interject real quick, if I may, and Maze, I gotta say, man, I'm gonna call this like it is. You're carrying a lot of weight in this conversation because everybody's really looking to you, especially as a phase one partner.
You know, I never
And-
noticed that though. Shut up. Like I
No,
really
no,
never
I get
noticed
that. I
you know?
totally get that. But what I'm getting at is, well, first and
like
foremost,
we're not partners. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
Oh.
what I'm getting at though is that I mean these are all valid questions and valid points or whatever, but I think I'm going to chime in and say, especially to what Fallen was talking about, I think that the industry, all platforms, Twitch, YouTube, what Mixer did back in the day, the problem I think, and I'm using the word problem here, is that everybody else was doing what everybody else was doing. It was just cut and copy and paste, mirror, mirror, a copy of a copy of a copy. Whereas something that, sadly, unfortunately, rest in peace, LiveSpace, one thing they did do right is the natural organic growth in general. And I think even though, yeah, okay, that they met their demise, however, there's a fine line there of getting your top streamers and sure, paying out a few millions of dollars. And let me just back up again and say, I have a massive laundry list of what Kick is doing right and wrong. And again, the reason why maybe I'm being prideful and cocky in saying this, but I pride myself and I'm very confident in my area of expertise because this is what I got paid for professionally outside of Kick. With major corporations, I would come into existing systems of all types. I would see how things are done and I would fix it or I'd make it better or whatever the case may be. This is no different. This is no different. I have solutions, and I'm sure you guys probably have some solid solutions too, but we'll get into that in a minute. But my point is this. Again, yeah, the 95.5 is revolutionary. I'm so grateful for that. And this all comes from a good place. And I know I speak on everybody's behalf here. This comes from a good place. We want to see Kick succeed. This is not hate. This is not throwing shade. There's definitely a sense of frustration for sure, especially when you know how to fix something and those measures aren't being taken. But I'm not going to go down my laundry list, but what I will say in general is that the constant, again, I'm just saying a copy of a copy. There's no thinking outside of the box. Everybody's just doing what everybody else is doing, and I definitely think of different ways to do it. But there's a fine line between getting your big dogs coming in, like I'll name drop XQC, Nick Merckx, whatever. More power to them. That's great. But there's also like, why not instead of investing all this money into the top streamers? Why don't we utilize that time, that money, and those resources into developing our OGs, our originals that have been here either since the beginning or whatever, or let's vet the process more for verification or partnership or whatever. Let's focus on something that is actually efficient and consistent in that regard. And it's not easy. I think it's easy because I feel I know how to do it. But again, you got to bring in the heavy views. I get it. Get your top streamers, no problem. But let's not overdo it. You know, and in the beginning they were throwing verification at like it was candy in the very beginning, you know, and now I think it's
I just want to
starting be a
clarify
little bit, so.
on the verification thing. When I got here, that was also offered, but I turned it down. I told Kick, I don't want it. I said I want to work for it. At the end of the day, I'm a worker. I'm a grinder. I come from that era. You know what I mean? Like I work for everything that I got. I always say, man, I'm gonna speak my mind, but all my stats speak for itself. You know what I mean? I didn't ask for a damn thing. That's one thing about me I can say here on Kick is I didn't ask for a damn thing. Hell, I didn't expect to be getting phase one, but at the end of the day, that was just hard work being shown for, you know, what you provide. You know what I mean? Like you said, Shabazz, I know I've been in there for a while, so I know what to expect. So when I came in the Kick, I was expect to reset. But I wanted to do this time, I wanted it to be right. But it seems like it's running down the same path that I don't want it to go down. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, no, let's not do this. I don't want all of these followers that's just not going to watch. I don't want that. It's always hype, right? It's always hype. And when the hype is there, everyone is there. And when the hype is dead, it's gone. It's jumping to the next person. But I do agree that I've said that one before when I said that when I first got over here, that if we about to invest in a whole bunch of the top dogs, this can go wrong. I said that a long time
That's
ago.
what Mixer did, man.
It just
History's
did go
repeating
very
itself.
bad.
Look at Mixer.
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean, that's just saying.
I literally said, man, I'm waiting for one platform to actually invest in somebody that puts in hard work, because I say it again, invest in somebody who does hard work and you know that they do it. It's going to wake up a lot of people, and they're going to start believing a lot more that a platform is paying attention to those things. You know what I mean? That it will say, hey, I know that guy. Oh man, now I'm motivated because if this is what they're doing, you're creating that motivation for people to build on your platform and move up and focus and grind, because you know that it's not one-sided. At the end of the day, I've seen so many of the top dogs on every platform, and it's the same individuals. And it's, yet again, no disrespect, they probably put in so much work, and I believe, yet again, there's a lot of people that put in so much work that do things out there. But I'm looking at it as, don't y'all want some other people at the top to eat at the table? You know what I mean? Like, don't you want different names? Aren't y'all tired of seeing the same names on every platform? And you go looking, you're like, I know that person. I know that person. It's like,
Wild, because people still watch them, and I don't even know who watches them even anymore.
it's crazy. You go social media and a lot of people say, who is that person? Or how's that person still relevant? This, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, not my business, not my, not my focus. I'm at the end of the day, we're using that word humble. I'm just moving. You know what I mean? And whatever's happening, we can, I always say, we can blab, we can yap, 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 yap on social media. But at the end of the day, I'm always say, if something wanted to be changed, it'll be changed. You know what I mean? If there's enough people that are on board with the yap, yap, there's a certain way to come at things. You can come at it negative and get no reply, or you can come at it constructive. Constructive was something that was very much taught to me in the marketing and business side of the field, on how you want something to be changed. And it's never going to be changed on your time, but it's heard. You know what I mean? Constructive criticism. Constructive. And I think a lot of people don't use constructive on Kick, because I think Kick is, a lot of people don't mind being an asshole, because that's what Kick is, the meme. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't mind being assholes on the platform. It's literally, they feel like, hey, I'm gonna do this and do that. And then there's a lot of people out there that say, how could you let them do this? But y'all forgetting what platform you're on. Like it is, how can we let it be this? How we let it be? This isn't Twitch. You know what I mean? Like,
That's just ignorance, man. Flat
yeah,
out, they don't get it.
it's exactly, it's literally
it.
there. No matter how you feel,
Yeah.
you can't use your feelings here on Kick to change the aspect of what they're aiming for. This is their platform, is owned by them. That's like saying, if Nutsy and Black Up owned a huge platform and you didn't like how they operated, that's not on you to make it. That's on them. And that platform isn't based around your thoughts or opinions. You know what I mean? They're getting paid. Every platform has a marketing business behind it. If they're making money, you can complain as much as you want. You know what I mean? If they're still banking money and they're getting paid and they're being successful behind that strategy, we can voice, and you can say, I've learned that so much about every platform I've been on. I've watched so many people voice and nothing been done about it at that point. When they're falling, then they're listening to you. You know what I mean? But if they're still successful and they're still making these great moves and they're doing great things, you're just yapping at that point. All right, which is why I say, and I was like, man, I said, I'm tired of talking. I'm just focused, man. I don't speak anymore. I go out here in my channel, I talk to my chat. That's what your community is about. You talk to your community about how you feel about things. Those are the ones that listen to you. You can go yap out there on the internet, but ain't nobody really listening to all that like that. Your community is more likely listening to you more than people on social media would. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm gonna say. I'm sorry. Were you gonna say something, Black
No,
Cup?
no, 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 no. I can see you. I always look and can see you thinking. Go ahead, because it's in there.
No, it's just man. My mind's always turning. I'm just
No, you're just like me.
acting
I
and
be thinking.
reacting. I'll tell you something. I'm gonna say something extremely bold. And I've said this before. This is no secret to any of my flexors or my community or whatever, but I find it really intriguing to hear from different people. I mean, partners, streamers, content creators, and even leadership sometimes saying, "Hey, keep grinding, keep grinding." I'm so fucking sick of that word. Let me just start off by saying that.
Woo! Hey, did you know what I said on my video this morning? I literally said, "Can you please stop saying stay positive? Please stop telling people that."
Sure, no, and that's valid. And so the reason why I'm bringing that up is because a lot of people, and I'll generalize it because it's a variety of different people, of all the people I just said, streamers, content creators, leadership, and so on and so forth. When we talk about, when I say we, I'm talking about those of us who are trying to potentially make this a career path and a journey and an actual full-on profession. And you say, "Hey, I feel like I'm doing everything I can here on Kick. What can we do to be successful? What can we do to help it grow? But also, what can I do to actually make this a career?" And more than half the time, the answers that I personally get, and I say this question as a test, they say collectively you need to go out here, you need to create this account on TikTok, you need to go to YouTube, you need to create this account here, blah blah. You need to bring people and funnel them into Kick. And I can understand the revenue point of that as far as 95.5, but the problem is that at that point, I'm actually working for you, Kick. Let me say that again. I'm working for you, Kick. What does that mean? Time and money. I'm a businessman. I'm working for you, and I'm not getting compensated for it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. I'll do that for my own well-being and the best I can because I got a family to feed. I mean, we got some daddies in here. We know what that's like. That comes first above all things. Love you, Kick. I appreciate it. But at the same time, that comes first. And if that's not getting taken care of, now at this point, this is where I'm at right now. This is no secret. Now at this point, my hand, and I know I speak on behalf of so many people because y'all, I talk to so many different streamers, including partners. And for me, and what I'm hearing, and the overall consensus of most people is that they feel really strongly led to go outside of the means of Kick to monetize themselves and so on and so forth. Now, granted, I'm not throwing shade at Kick. I'm just simply saying that this just goes to prove the point that you should absolutely not put your eggs all in one basket. But at the same time, within reason, don't overexert yourself, right? Don't create all these, or these accounts and blah, blah, blah. But my point is that the inclination of people saying, well, you need to bring them over here to Kick. Well, yeah, to benefit yourself for the 95.5, which I'm really grateful for. But I am not. I love these overlays on my camera. Hold on, maybe this one will pop up too. There it is. it's an Apple thing. I love it. I always forget about that. But my point is that the time and the money, or rather the time going to that, is like, okay, well, if I'm working for you, then I need to be compensated for that time. That's just the way I look at it. And Kick's progression, I think, is really, really good. The honeymoon phase is absolutely over, for sure. Now the husband and the wife are in their brand new house after the honeymoon. They're married, and they're trying to figure out exactly, oh, crap. It drives me nuts when he leaves the toothpaste cap off. I want it on. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of Kick, and I think it's in a little bit of a lull as a whole. I think they're about to ramp up. I don't think it's going to fade away. I don't think it's in trouble. But I absolutely do agree with the fact that numbers don't lie, and the streamer to viewer ratio is still very much out of whack. There's so much supply and not enough demand. The supply is the streamer. The demand is the viewer. As a business analytics individual, that's the way I look at it. And the fact of the matter is that's something that can absolutely be grown in a better way in regards to my number one priority that I think Kick should focus on is the viewership. How are we incentivizing the viewers? How are we taking care of them? Because we're good on streamers. We're good on streamers, man. But how are we keeping the viewers here in that way? And I've been preaching this since the beginning, So that's my bold statement in that regard as far as, again, what Kick is doing right, what Kick is doing wrong, or whatever, and how they could improve on that and those kinds of things. And by all means, if you guys feel free to add on to that, have at it. If not, we'll just move on to the next question.
You got to think about this, right? Like the fact of the matter is Kick went live at the end of you guys are all on Twitch, I assume. I know Maze. Obviously, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I came from Twitch too, yeah.
Kick went live at the end of Twitch's support era, right?
Sure.
It legit did. and a shit ton of support for support streamers came here, along with these signed streamers that are bringing their viewers, who once they get offline are going right back to Twitch to watch the other people that they watch. But it just mass flooded with support for support. And that's why you go into streams now with 100+ people and 10 talking. Because it's just like May said, all these motherfuckers with tabs who are worried about tabs and aren't actual lurkers. Now, something I don't agree with what May said earlier. Okay, so half agree. I'll say half agree. Your lurkers are still your backbone, but that has to be real lurkers, not. And that's why I say half agree, because he did touch on the real lurk, right? Like the person who's sitting here, maybe like what I do. I have 2 screens. I write music on this one that you guys can see, and I have somebody up over here. And so I'll be sitting here and I'll be writing some music, and I'll see something happen and I'll go, oh, that was dope. And I'll continue to go. You know what I'm saying?
Like a legit lurker, as opposed to just, hey.
Yep. And
Tabs open, yeah.
And I think, actually, as a matter of fact, Maze is going to be a perfect example for this, because I was actually watching him while writing, and I'm like, I need a fucking break. So I started typing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I need a break. I'm writing a song and I'm stuck and I just need a fucking break. And he was freestyling, and it actually helped me because I finished out the song. But like, I feel like your real lurkers, you really need those, because they're there and they do chat when they have a chat. But that person who comes in and is like, hey, I got you tabbed or dab tag or whatever the fuck these people be saying, like, get the fuck on with that shit. I don't get and stop coming to my channel and dropping a fucking emote, not saying hello to me. Fuck it.
You know, I've actually said, it's so funny you should say that. I've actually boldly said, I'm not making this up, and everybody can attest to this who has witnessed this firsthand. I've said on my own live stream right now, if you're tabbing me, if you're dropping emotes, get the fuck out. I don't want you here. I legitimately don't want you here. Unless you're, what I say, a legitimate lurker and you want to support me, and you don't have a million tabs open or whatever, and you want to listen to what I'm saying and what I'm doing, that's fine. No problem. That's legit. I'm down with that. But as far as anything other than that, nah, man. And I lost a lot of followers for that. And I said, that's fine. That's not real. I'm not going to be a number to you. You're not a number to me, and I'm not going to be a number to you. I want real, legitimate authenticity here.
For you, there's a time for emotes. When you're fucking on the drums, that's probably a good time for emotes. You know
Sure.
Okay. And that's, I mean, it's, the viewers know the vibe, right?
Yeah.
They know the vibe. When Maze is rapping, he ain't gonna fucking answer you. Don't go in there and fucking talk to him like he's gonna answer you. Drop some emotes, say hello. He might see it, and when he's done rapping, he'll fucking try and get to it, right?
There's a time and a place for everything. Period.
The viewer knows the fucking vibe, right? Like,
Yeah.
this isn't nothing fucking new, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think that's valid for sure. Black Up or Fallen, y'all have anything you want to throw on this one?
I had something to say. My camera's just being fucked up, but fuck it.
We can hear you.
I've been sitting here listening to y'all and just having my own opinion.
Well, let's hear it.
I agree with y'all I agree with y'all in the way that I understand the lurkers are sometimes need to get the fuck out, but there are some people who they don't talk because they have their own issues and maybe they've been attacked in streams and that's why they don't talk.
Sure.
So I give people the benefits of the doubt.
That's what I'm capitalizing on how lurker has been defeated by people using lurk, not actually lurking, because it takes a benefit away from the true lurkers, which is this is what has been created here on this platform.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that. I do agree with that 110%. There's a fine line there in that regard, you know? It's the same concept as drinking water, right? We drink water because we need it to survive, but if you drink too much, you're just going to throw it right back up again, right? It's the same exact concept. Legit lurkers versus those who have, like, what I'll say, malicious intent, if you know what I'm saying. Numbers game, that bullshit. That's something, I think we're all basically agreeing with that, just said differently. So that's a valid point, though, Black Up, and bringing that up, because it's not just a blanket answer to be thrown across the board, like, oh, all lurkers are bad or all lurkers are good. Like, no, there's absolutely a fine line, and I think that brings up a good point for sure, man.
Too. I need people to stop writing Eddie's dick. He's not going to just help you get to where you need to be. You got to actually do something.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I've started doing for myself is when I stream, I go back and watch my whole stream. And sometimes I'll be like,
Same.
Okay, this was kind of boring. I can see why people left. I get it. Maybe I should not always do that. Maybe I should talk more. Maybe I should do this. I start thinking of them like they're fucking highlights that I need to like review. Like if anybody ever plays sports, I start reviewing my tapes.
Sure.
Just to figure some shit out.
I've come to an understanding where when I do a just chatting stream and I do pep talks, I get more engagement because it's pep talk. So people are engaging. I also realize when I'm doing music streams, I'm writing music. So there's really you are free to engage, but a lot of people just choose to lurk because at the end of the day, they're just watching you record. But I always tell people, y'all are free to engage. Why do you feel like when it's set to a certain thing, that's when you engage? You're not controlled. You can engage. Please speak. You know what I mean? Like if I'm doing live music and you see me writing and I'm looking at chat and I'm asking for opinions or I'm asking questions, what do you think? And it's just crickets. And it's just like, okay, never mind. You know what I mean? I'll go back and write some more. Then somebody will sit there. One thing that really disturbs me a lot is when people say, I was there watching him make it. Yeah? Were you there when I asked what you think of this? Because I got crickets.
Test them, man.
So how is it that people don't, yet again, those lies become truth. And when lies become truth,
the only real problem I can say personally, me, I'm not speaking for y'all, this is just me speaking myself. There are people on this stream, on this site, or on any site that says, these girls in bikinis take my views. And I keep literally having to say this to people. And I don't know how many times I've had to say this. They're not taking your views. You don't have views to take. I'm going to say it again. You do not have the views for them to take. I'm sorry. If your
that
content
blows my mind, dog. When people say that the bikini streamers or any of that sense are taking the viewership away from the platform. No, they're not. Dog.
I understand that. I've literally had people say that to me. You know how someone says
that's another thing. That's yet again, that is people literally just trying to get, that's them trying to get views because they don't have any sort of, they believe. I'm going to tell you right now, if you believe.
I'm taking your views right now, bro.
Down, if you believe shutting down freaking pools and tubs, gambling streams are going to be the reason that your channel starts to grow, I got news for you, buddy. Okay. Yeah, like I always tell people, I always tell people, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. If you believe that them taking this away and that away is going to give you views, no, bro.
Look, speaking of somebody who wore a coconut bra and did very bad karaoke for shits and giggles, wasn't even for anybody. It was for shits and giggles.
Mm-hmm.
I believe your content is what speaks. If your content is as dry as non-lotion skin, then maybe you need to reevaluate what you're doing.
Basically, if you're not having fun, you're fucking doing it wrong.
Exactly.
If you're not having fun, your viewers aren't having fun. Your viewers feel your vibe. If you're a fucking vibe, bro, they're there. You know what I'm saying?
Like people come to get away from all of the things they deal with in real life to watch something that's entertaining. But if you're just as bad as what they see in life, they're not watching you today. You know what I mean? I think that is something a lot of people have to understand. And I yet again, don't take away from people in that aspect. But bro, I ain't come here to watch you play a video game that I can watch my brother play or my cousin play. You know what I mean? And you're not talking. You're just gaming. You're chilling. You're showing me skill that I've already seen my cousins do. They just not streaming it to the world. You know, and then you're asking, why am I not growing? Well, they're
because you suck. That's the answer, bro.
It's just because
It's called non-tent, man. That's what it's called.
Content.
But
Just
this is
saying.
the things that a lot of people say. I watch other. You're not them though. A lot of people love comparing themselves to other people.
Yeah.
You're not that person. You're not him. You're not her. You know what I mean? You are you, and you need to figure out what you can do that doesn't compare to everybody else. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
That's something a lot of people don't realize. You don't want to be in the area with everybody else. You want to be different. That's the whole deal. When you're different, you're speaking differently. That means people watching you for your content. But if you're just doing what everybody else is doing to see who's the better competitor, then what do you expect? Even though you say you're not in competition, technically are in competition because there's a lot of people in that same category trying to get the same thing you're trying to get. You know what I mean? You're doing something different. That's like Nutsy putting a wig on. I think he's funny. This man's got skill and he's funny. He's got a broad. He's shooting people, just people. Oh man, and he raps. You know what I mean? That is just that's different. You know what I'm saying?
Can I just say it takes a real man to do that? You know, to wear a bra like that.
Because I would never join you in that sense, but you got it, man.
Hey man, more power to you.
Nazi, don't worry. We can do a dual coconut bra stream. I'm
Hey,
with you on it, bro.
My name says it all, dog. I mean,
hashtag no shame. Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
man.
fuck it, bro. We're here to have fun, okay? If you ain't having fun, you're doing it wrong.
So you know, I want to add on to that. Actually, that's a really interesting point too. And actually, before I continue, can I just say, for the sake of everybody on this panel, Harley, can you do us all a favor and give us all a shout out, like mentions and so on and so forth?
Yeah, fucking shout us out or something. Gosh, a horrible mod.
On her own channel.
How dare you, Nutsy?
Yeah.
I hope you know your niece is watching and listening to your nonsense.
That's so funny. That's so funny. No, but so I want to add on to this. This is actually a very interesting point. This is something I talk about all the time. Is that so I'm amazed specifically. You said competition, and I'm going to challenge that. Not to say that necessarily you're wrong, but I think it's also in the eye of the beholder in regards to competition. What do I mean by that? As far as that level of competition and trying to gain your get your bag, take care of your family, move forward, business oriented, absolutely 100%. I get that. However, at the same time, and I've heard you say something similar to this, but I always preach in regards to, I personally, this is just my opinion, I don't look at other streamers as competition. I really sincerely don't. I look at them as brothers and sisters who are trying to achieve the same goal. And it is, in my opinion, this is just me, it is a disservice if I look at, say, Nutsy as competition and a threat. That is the wrong mentality.
I'm not.
To have,
there's room at the table for everybody. We can all get that bag. Bro.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, if you want to look at it from a business perspective,
I'd be rich if I said how many times I've said that, and it just goes over people's heads. It's just...
Exactly, but they don't get it. That's just that they clearly don't get it. And if they say otherwise, then you know what? You know, one other thing. Anybody can stream, but not everybody can do it. It's not meant for everybody. It is freaking difficult. I'm not victimizing anybody on this panel right now at all whatsoever.
I am.
We're grown ass men. I am 100%. I'm gonna play that card. I'm gonna play that card. No, but like for real, it is a very, very tough gig for sure. Like there's a reason why Maze hasn't left his job. There's a reason why Nutsy hasn't left his job. Same thing with Black Ops. There's the reality of it, and something that has been mentioned on various streams and so on and so forth. And the fact that I think me and Joker even talked about this, like 401k, dental, health, vision. That's the reality when you're a big boy and you're a big girl. That's what really speaks, and this is nothing against any streaming platform, but they can't offer that stuff. They can't compete against that. Kick is doing revolutionary stuff again with the 95.5 and so on and so forth, but you got to use your head in this space. And this goes into what I think the next segue question here. I really think that people, all of us, to a certain degree, to some which way, shape, or form, has been conditioned, passively or aggressively, to say certain things, to do certain things, and they have to second guess themselves. We have to second guess ourselves to, oh man, I can't say that, I can't do that, or whatever. And to some degree, that's very true. Now, whether you choose to act on that mentality is up to you, of course. And my question is this: what do you guys? How do y'all feel about going into? There's a psychological perspective here. How do you feel about going into somebody's chat for the first time? You click on the send message, right? And then you have a million freaking rules that pop up. Can't do this, can't do that, can't do that, blah, 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 whatever. Is that a turnoff for you? Or do you are like, I don't care, I'm for it, let's do it?
I don't even read
How
it.
do you feel? You don't even read
It
it.
be
Okay.
summarized, or if it's more than 3 lines, you can't do it.
I mean, I'll read it.
Nope.
I'll read it. It's
Nutsy.
just, I like reading. I'll read it. But what turns me off mostly of a stream is if I have to follow you to talk.
Right.
That instantly makes me go, yep, next person.
That's an instant buy.
Are you so you're saying like follower only modes?
Yeah, like if
Right.
I go
Okay.
like if it's your first stream, it has follower only mode, I instantly leave. I don't even care.
Now I'm going to challenge that. Do you understand? Well, depends on how it's utilized. Do you understand the reason for that?
No, I
though?
understand the reason,
Sure.
but if
Yeah,
it's your
and
very
there's
first
bots
stream,
and fucking all kinds of there's
Moderators, yeah.
counteractives for those hate raids and shit that are caused. There's mass counteractives. You do not have to have follower only on. That's for the people that are scared and don't know how to run their own shit. Therefore, running back to that shit that this ain't meant for everybody, quit streaming.
I believe it takes away from discoverability. That's all.
It does.
I don't care how you do it, how you feel. You're asking for discoverability, but you're limiting your discoverability while asking for discoverability. So you're your own problem, and that's just something you have to take. No matter where you go, bots are everywhere.
Sure.
Hate raids are everywhere. I deal with hate raids all the time. I actually say what's going on with some of them. They get weird and just walk away for some reason.
Yep.
Some people call me all
Yeah,
these
they'll just
names.
leave on their own.
Some people call me all these names that has to do with racism. I'm like, yeah, nice, man. That's cool, man. How's your day? And some reason they don't say anything. Just walk away. They're like, bro, what? I'm like, how's your day? You know what I mean? Like a lot of people just get weirded out. But I really be trying to figure out how your day is. If you found if it makes your day better calling me these names, how's your day? What's going on with you? And they just walk away. So at the end of the day, you know, like you your own discoverability. You believe doing this. I already took up a Twitch start. Hey, let me just limit these hate raids and then limit the discoverability as well. You're not being discovered.
That's so funny. It's even more it's more rewarding when you can even turn these ignorant fools into followers and supporters. I've only had that happen twice here on Kick, but
Happening
if
a
you
lot
can accomplish
now.
that,
So-
I'm sure everybody's got a story about that. But
back to your main question there. The rules.
the chat
Look,
rules, yeah.
fact of the matter is, bro, for me, I don't need to read that list. The reason I
Same.
need to read that list is because I'm not going to come into your chat and do something I wouldn't want in my chat. Okay? So, first and foremost, the respect as a person, until you give me a reason not to respect you, I'm going to give you that full respect. I'm not going to do anything in your chat. It doesn't matter what the fuck I don't care what your rules say. I'm that person that's not going to be disrespectful in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean?
Which
And
is
if
why
I don't
have
like
rules.
something, if I don't like something that you fucking do, guess what? There's another one of you. It's the next tab over. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
And
it's
to be
really that
real,
simple.
does anybody really read rules or bios? Because I don't. And I
No.
know at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you're able to break it down when they get there, which is what I do when they drop a follow. You know what I mean? If I already just clearly told you what it is, I know my slogan, welcome into the positive vibes. Names of me is all about the good vibes, freestyle, entertainment, and gaming. Boom. If I just nailed everything down to you. I said good vibes. I said freestyles. I said entertainment.
Motherfuckers
I
got
said
that
game.
memorized.
So I've done it so much on Twitch, bro, that has been with me for years. So, and they, you know, one thing I think Chavez could like capitalize on that. If you've been in something major, these major businesses ask you what's your brand stand for, what's the motto, what's your reason, where do you plan to go with this in the future?
Yep.
What's the reason for doing it? Where do you see yourself with this logo, this brand? Which is why I always tell people you need to be focused more on your brand than trying to pull some viewers. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when something tanks, the brand won't. But if there's no brand, you're just tanking along with the platform. You know what I mean? Which is
Yeah.
which is something that a lot of people are tending to forget about. If you don't have a brand, or anything going for you, and you're just live streaming, then I'm gonna assume you're just doing this for fun, and that's okay too. You know what I mean? That's okay. But at the end of the day, I'm a business. UHM's a business, and if I'm working hard in my business, and my business is being used as something as a clout grab, then of course I'm gonna speak up. You know what I mean? I'm gonna speak up on behalf of my brand because I worked hard to build this brand. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You can't always tell people you can't destroy what I built. I built this on my own. I'm not with everybody. I'm not the follower. I'm not going to follow what everybody else is doing. I'm doing my own thing.
Mhm.
And I'm comfortable with that. I'm fine with that. I'm going to speak my mind on things, and everybody is, if you know, now in this generation, people are always going to add their story and narrative to anything you say. So it just don't matter. You got it out. You said what you had to say, and people be always looking. You want to respond? No. Like, why?
Mhm.
Do you want to respond? I think you should. I think I should. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fine. It's not bothering me. I'm not bothered. Everybody has an opinion. It's to be expected. No matter what you do. If you have not noticed nowadays, your story that you just said that was trying to be something helpful just turned into something that was just like, bro, what the hell happened to my story? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
what'd you just do to my story?
You know, that goes into, I mean, kind of a slightly different subject, but
Yeah.
it's very much in line with what you just said, which is guilty by association. This is kind of a sensitive topic for some people,
Mhm.
in a variety of different ways. You know, look, social circles naturally form. It's a very natural humanistic thing, and it's okay. It is okay.
It is.
However, when it turns into either you know, hate mob or mob mentality or weaponizing communities or whatever the case may be, that's a different story, which we can get into if need be. But my my comment slash question here is, what do you guys think about, I mean, just the whole term guilty by association? Why is it that okay, so let's put Nutsy and Maze, for example. So Maze, we're cool or whatever, but I don't like Nutsy, and I see you talking to him, and then I'm like, oh, Maze, what are you doing? I'm gonna distance myself from you because I don't like what you're doing with him. Like, I think we could all agree as grown ass men that's just stupid and
I've
childish, right?
lost friends
I've,
over that mentality.
But why is that a thing? That's
I
basically my
don't I
question.
don't
I've,
know. I don't know, but I've lost friends over it. I even spoke on it. Like, if somebody doesn't like you, doesn't mean that you have to turn that against me. That's your problem. That sounds like a you problem. You know what I mean?
I
At the end of
feel
the day, that's not gonna change how I feel about the person because you don't like the person. And like, I don't know what people believe, that they believe that my friendship is going to change towards you versus what the person has towards you. My friendship's not going to change how I feel about you. That's y'all fight. That's y'all obligation. Y'all fix that if you want to. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But if you're distancing yourself from me because of who I associate myself with, that's the problem with a lot of people in the world, and that's why you don't go far. That's why you don't go far, because at the end of the day, when you're out here and giving you're limiting yourself to what you can build because you believe that a person feels that way. Now you need to ask yourself, why does that person feel that way towards you? That's on y'all. But if you're telling me that I can't associate with that person, like, we dating, you know what I mean? Like, we not engaged, we not dating. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing towards that situation at hand. You're allowed to hate whoever you want. I just don't believe that you need to go out there and apply that pressure to me because of what situation you're in. If y'all two are having a fight, I won't jump in it. You know what I mean? That's y'all. That's what I'll do. I'll Nothing to do with me. I'm out of that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm in my own lane. I'm doing my own thing. My piece is now, and why I'm so happy and why I'm enjoying life so much more is all of these conflicts and conversations in the streaming world. It's too much hassle on your mentals, too much problems, too many. It's the same thing. It's around and around we go. It's a circle of this, that, and the third. I don't want to be a part of any of it. You know what I mean? Like I sit here and say, hey, I'm neutral. I'm good. I'm creating content. I'm building with an audience. Everybody who's vibing with me was in the chat. That's how I play. You know what I mean? Like that's how I built. That's how I've been building. And a lot of people are like, yo, it's a lot of things changed. Well, for you it has. I'm neutral. I'm chilling in my lane. Everybody who's had a conversation with me and wanted to have a conversation with me has been in my chat. You know what I mean? I always tell people, if you can talk, if you want to talk to me, find me in my chat. I'm streaming every day, bro. You know what I mean? This is where I'm at mostly. You can have a conversation with me. And then if you want to set up something, we're setting it up because you was in my chat. And I said, hey, throw it right here and let's talk about it. I'll be in there in a little bit. That's what I do. You know what I mean? Versus all of this, I ain't gonna mess with Nutsy because you cool with Nutsy. Like, it's just all of that to me, bro. We grown, bro. Ain't nobody got time for all this high school, middle school. Why we running? Why we going back
Literally
to that?
don't have time.
All right, so
Literally
there's
don't
another
have time.
aspect to this though. There's another aspect to this though that you
Why,
got to
though?
throw into this
Irritating.
this guilty by association. So I said it earlier. I literally just went through this. I had two friends that were dope friends, both of them. They both talk to my chat often, and they're both streamers, right? I actually found them streaming, and then they found out I was a streamer. So okay, they had an issue with each other, and they were coming into my stream one at a time. But when one would come in, the other one would leave. Or when one would come in, the other one would leave. Right? Now here's that other aspect of it.
Sorry, that already just sounds like.
I felt that heavy
Come
though.
on, man.
I feel him because that is real. That's real.
Here's that other aspect of it, right? So one of their top mods come into my stream, and because they saw that other person there, started talking shit, started being aggressive and rude and basically just degrading the person. So
Let the high school drama begin.
So I sent this person. I sent the streamer. I was like, hey yo, your top mod's in my shit acting a fucking fool right now. Is there anything you can do about that? In that aspect, that's your top mod. You're now guilty by association because you surround yourself with people that act like that.
Well, it's still,
Wait,
though, I'm
wait.
going to challenge that
Hold
though,
on.
because that's like being a liaison between two disagreeing parties. Is that, and I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not actually saying you're right either though, because I can see the gray area. Now, you're just real quick. I work in absolutes. I'm black or I'm white. I'm up or I'm down. I'm left or I'm right. I don't work with gray. Maybe, sort of, kind of. We'll see. Perhaps. I don't process that. My brain is so systematic and analytical. I legitimately have trouble comprehending those kinds of scenarios. So my thoughts on that, just very, very briefly, are for me, putting myself in your shoes and whatnot in that regard. I stand true to that level of consistency. Like, dude, this is between y'all. I don't get, look, if anything, I'll give you a heads up out of respect to the streamer. Hey, look, your top mod is doing this. I'm letting you know. That may be the most I'll do. At that point, like, hey, man, I'm going to take matters in my own hands. You're being a piece of shit. You're out of here, whatever. If it comes down to that, but that's up to me. You know what I'm saying? But as far as what's happening between them, figure it out, man. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and so to be fair, what was funny about it was I actually was like, yo, if you guys got issues, hash the shit out. You can do it in my stream. I don't give a fuck. I'll sit here and fucking mediate if that's what you dumb fucks need. And that's literally what I said verbatim. Like, so the thing is though, is going back to that not reading the rules. I didn't read the rules when I came in because I was going to be respectful no matter what. Now, if
human decency, by the way.
if you and I are best friends and I'm a piece of shit fucking human, and people know I'm a piece of shit fucking human, and you're an amazing fucking human, and people know you're an amazing fucking human, and they see you hanging out with me every day, they're gonna wonder why.
Black Up, you got something to say, man. I see you taking some breaths, trying to spit out
No,
something.
I wanted to say what you were saying about the mind thing. That's a double-edged sword because you could be both right and wrong on that system. Two, like y'all were saying earlier, we're all too goddamn grown for the he say, she say, we say bullshit. Let's just be blunt about it. I don't care if you and you don't like each other, if you and you don't like each other. If y'all are here, be cool, be chill, be relaxed. If not, take your shit somewhere else because I came up here to relax and have fun. Not be here for your bullshit, or your bullshit. I get enough shit at work all day. I don't need it when I come home.
Fair enough.
That's
And
fair.
Fallen, you got something to add, man?
Man, like I've seen this happen so much time, not just on streaming, but like any social media. Like I've been cool with two different people. One of them's like, "Oh, well, I see you be liking this other person's stuff." I'm like, "So, what's wrong with that?" Well, blah blah blah, and you go, "Okay, who cares? Like, what's that got to do with me? I don't be saying nothing on nothing. It's just peaceful." And all of a sudden, you're just blocked for no reason. It's like, well, that made it easy. Like, why we got to be like kids and
Yeah.
try to just pick sides? It ain't a playground no more.
I think that stuff's just at that point it's just entertainment and I like to have fun with it. Like I mean, I'm a savage animal, man. Like once you expose, and I'm sorry, this may sound wrong and I don't care because I do want to naturally nurture the human spirit to the best of my ability. I run headfirst into confrontation because it's the best way for people to learn, myself included. Maybe I'm wrong on something. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. I really don't. But a lot of people shy away from that to a certain degree. And it's one thing to exert your energy or like, hey, is this worth putting my time and energy into if you really care about it? Well, if it's something you want to do, you're going to make time for it, period. No matter what it is. That's the good, the bad, and the ugly. But for these kinds of things, if it's like too far out there, then it just becomes entertainment to me and I'm going to have fun with it. You know what I mean? But anyway, well, I'll tell you, there's a handful of questions left. I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely getting a little tired. But if anybody on the panel
Yeah.
has anything to say or add or take away or whatever, but also I do want to give any viewers the opportunity to ask any questions at all. Now is the time, guys. I'm not gonna lie, we're all kind of like in a whatever. But if you have any questions at all, throw it up in chat. And then I guess I mean Harley, you tell us if you, however you want to, you have like outros here or whatever the case may be. But I want to fill in the dead space real quick and just simply say that, gentlemen, I really appreciate you being here for sure. I appreciate your time and everything about it. But I will say, Maze, I want to kind of put you on the spot for something if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And you can tell me to piss off too. I don't take offense to this kind of stuff, but I absolutely watched a video that you probably know where I'm going to go with this, and I wanted you.
Oh boy.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to ask, like, the things you talked about earlier, the things that Kit could be working on, the challenges, are those the kinds of things that are making you kind of frustrated into actually saying that, hey, I might actually leave? Or was that just, man, I was pissed off? Or, like, did you, like, can you elaborate a little bit on that? Or is this not the
He
time
was
or place for
freestyling
you?
about it.
Or-
I was actually there that stream. Freestyling about it.
Yeah.
It's, it's so hard to talk about because Twitch does it, Kick does it. Hell, I haven't been on YouTube, but they probably do it. It's I work hard, man. You know, like prime. If you want prime representations, then put them up there. That's how I look at things. You know, uh, I'm about my business. I'm about my brand. If we're not going places, then I gotta find where I can build an audience. You know what I mean? Like money only could do but so much. You know what I mean? Like money can only do but so much. I look at it as I believe in Kick, and then there's just some days it's like, what's going on? You know what I mean? I'm a partner that don't bother nobody. I've already said this millions of times as a partner. I don't bother anybody. I don't bother the faces. I don't bother the heads. I don't bother nobody. I'm just doing what we I'm doing what Cake asked when I first got here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hardworking, and it's it's hard topic, dog, because it's like, who's organic? What's organic?
Sure, sure.
You get what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
man? Like,
yeah.
who's organic? What's organic? What are you looking for? Is it what you're looking for? Do you truly believe in it? Do you but truly believe in your own platform? Do you believe in the people that's building your platform, or is this just what are we doing? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That's where I'm at, and I like giving energy. At the end of the day, I like blessing people with good energy, but I
Mm-hmm.
also say feelings aren't just spark out of nowhere. They spark by the work put in, and you believe. A lot of people can call it entitled. A lot of people can call it whatever they feel, but to me, it's I'm just like you. I take pride in what I do, and freestyling just don't come from no brain cells. It's thought put into it. Things lead into these energies,
Mm-hmm.
and it's built upon what people say. Actions be obtained by things said. I've heard so many things on the platform, not just from heads, but from people as well. Is people tell you things, and then it just goes a different way, and it's, to me, quite frankly, tiring. I don't sit here and I go out here and do things that are based upon what wants to be seen. I'm a constructive guy. I'm a cool guy. Got nothing against nobody. But if the only way that I'm gonna blow up is going demon time, then I don't probably feel I belong here.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
It sounds
Uh,
like this has been kind of like I don't want to put words in your mouth or assume anything, and I'm not trying to push, but it sounds like this has been like kind of a buildup of a variety of different things that because that's a bold statement, man. I'm not going to harp on that or whatever, but that definitely, especially in the music category. I don't need to talk to you about the music category. You already know about it, but it's that definitely impacted and resonated with a lot of people, for sure. And I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable. I mean, dude, you don't owe anybody a damn explanation. Okay, y'all, I'm going to call it right now. Nobody owes anybody an explanation. I'm not trying to push.
no, if y'all
But
want to know, so I'm not afraid to share. I'm not afraid to elaborate. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
and I
please, go ahead.
appreciate your time in that, but I'll even ask, like, is there any, I guess, well, not even guess. My question really mainly is there any like one specific thing that would make you entertain the idea of leaving entirely, or is it really just all this stuff uh, that's building up and saying, hey, look, man, you got to fix A, B, C, D, and E, or I'm gone. Does that make
I
sense?
the For me to leave entirely, it just it's the energy. I follow my energy. A lot of people don't believe in energy like I do, but my energy ain't never stirred me wrong. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people follow hype. I don't follow hype. I follow energy. I follow thought process. I read, I look behind the process of what's being done, who's behind the process of it. I look at a lot of those things. Money can only do but so much. You get what I'm saying?
Sure,
Money
sure.
is a great deal. It's a great asset. It's a lot to build up the hype for any streamer around the world. Makes them say, "Hey, I can do this. I can do that." But once that is dead, they're back to the same mentality. You know what I mean? I'm just a person that I just work, man. I'm a grinder. All I know is grind. Things things for me are taken seriously. I believe in my content. I believe in myself. I value myself. I value what I do. I don't If it's one thing I don't ever like to do with my brand is waste time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um to get me to leave entirely from a platform, you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see it. I don't even have to speak on it. You'll just be
Mm-hmm.
able to tell. You can tell. You'll be able to see it in my energy. You'll be able to see how I move, why I'm moving like I move. You know what I mean? As there's nothing to say that I don't have hope for Kick, because I do. There's some type of hope there. There's some type of hope. I believe that there is hope, but there's only but so much time. You know
Sure.
what I mean? Before people, I always say things can change, but then it'll be too late for those changes. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Things can change. You know what I mean? I've seen platforms do it. I've seen platforms literally change, but it's too late for the change because everybody's already gone. You know what I mean? Uh, I'm gonna do as much as I possibly can to continue to represent the platform in a positive way, but by choice of my own. You know what I mean? But if feelings are sparked up, I'm human. So if I feel a certain way, I'm going to speak it. That doesn't stop me for being a real individual.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I come with constructive words. I don't come in here to criticize a platform. I come in here to speak in a way where this is coming from a person that is working just as hard as everybody else. So if I'm working hard and you can do that to that person, does that destroy the other person that's working hard? Because if one person feels that way, what does that say about the other people who's putting just as much time?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like we can go out there and say pick Kick. We can hype Kick up as much as we want. We can do as much as we want with that. And we have. There's a lot of people that have in a lot of ways. But at the end of the day, it's only but so many times you're gonna say this.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I always tell people to, you can believe in whatever you want to believe in, but don't put so much of your belief, because I've done that. I'm a person that's done that with Twitch. Don't put so much of your belief in something because they can drop you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I know Twitch, there's a lot of people at Twitch that love me that still do. There's a lot of people out there that have hit me up in the DMs. There's a lot of people that have spoke to me quietly on from that side of town, and that still check on me while I'm on Kick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? See how I'm doing. You know,
You
they
know,
see I'm still a lot of people notice. They know that I'm still me. One thing that a lot of people don't look at me as is he's just not just a streamer. He's kind of an individual just trying to make change in his own way. I'm a lot of people that I've met, man, that are in that higher up category. Now I got a lot of higher ups in my bracket that I DM all the time that speak and check to me, but at the end of the day, they want to make sure everything is working best for me.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You know that's valid, and that kind of I'll just make kind of one closing comment, unless there's any questions from the audience or whatever. But um, for I think personally for all of us that I think we can all relate to is the game of, this is something I'm so very passionate about. The game of politics. I don't mean politics, Republican, Democrat. No, I mean the game of politics in every single company. I hate that mentality as well. I think there's ways to do things better, but I think a lot of businesses are locked into all these things that we just talked about on this entire stream tonight. Every single one of these symptoms is, again, a symptom of a greater problem, which is the whole thing of politics in general. Guilty by association. What can you say? What you can say, what you can't say, or favoritism, or view bonding, or whatever. Like, again, everybody's just doing what everybody else is doing, and I find it so fascinating in regards to the human nature of things that. Man, I've heard. I'll name drop here left and right because this is the truth. That's all I know how to do here. But like, I've heard things about Maze. I've heard things about BZB. I've heard things about non-partners and other random streamers. Nutsy, I've heard some things about you and everything else. And some
Right
of
on.
these people, bring it on. My point is this: good, bad, or whatever, but especially the bad. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I say the same thing every single time. I said, "Well, have you talked to that person? Have you reached out to him?" And 99% of the time, it's like, we'll know, and then an excuse, and then a lie, and then manipulation or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, I hear what you're saying, but if you really want to follow up on your own word, then you need to reach out to them. And if they don't respond, that's okay. That's up to them. That's their own prerogative. Maybe they don't think it's worth it. That's up to them. But that's my point, and that's what I kind of wanted to close with. Is that
I will alleviate on that point, and
Sure,
I
go ahead,
stand
go ahead.
on stream, and this is for everybody here or everybody in stream. I do not care what you think about me. I am a person that speaks real, speaks from the heart. You are clear to think whatever you want, as you please. It is not going to stop me from speaking, developing, focusing, grinding, upping. Does not care. Your opinions are allowed to be had. You're allowed to have whatever you feel and speak upon on me. It does not stop me. I'm still going to be happy. I'm still going to be genuine. I'm still going to be taking care of my son. Still going to be doing what I do the next day. So at the end of the day, man, people are allowed to have their opinions. You can't take it away from them. I'm not here to take opinions away from what people think about me. A lot of people are allowed to have their validations about me. It's free. It's free.
It's what's gonna happen anyways.
It is. It's something that you can't control. I'm not here to control your thoughts process towards me. You know what I mean? I'm just here to say, if you want to see somebody in action, or watch their streams. Stop looking at clips. Stop looking at little things. People genuinely automatically know somebody.
Stop
based
reading
off one
Twitter.
clip. Yeah, Twitter's gonna ruin your life, bro. Let me tell you, Twitter's gonna ruin your life if you go based upon one clip. I always say it every time. Nothing can tell you. I say it every time, bro. I got stats. Go peep the stats. You know what I mean? It's a thing, bro. I done been through hella things in life. I don't care what anybody's gonna think of me, bro. I done had somebody to literally go out here and literally do all the racist drops, make up things, copy and paste, copy and pasta on Discord pictures of things being said. People are weird, bro, and people just find ways to. They just want to get under your skin. When you're a happy individual and you're doing great things out here, somebody always wants to throw you off course. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna stop, man. I'm gonna continue focus. I'm always continue to know my values and always speak up. That's why I'm at in life.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you taking that question like a champ too, because
Yeah, man.
that people honestly are terrified to even do that kind of thing, you know. And that's solid, man. I love that. And yeah, rock on. Well, guys, unless you guys have anything else you want to add, Harley, if you want to step in here, I know it's getting kind of late. Like I said, we're all getting a little tired, and you know, some of us have to work tomorrow or whatever the case may be.
Dude, I
yada,
spent
yada.
6 hours under a fucking house today.
The only
I'm
thing, okay, it's not a question. It's more of I would say it's a request. Nino Talks was saying let's get a freestyle. That's more of a request. It's not a question.
This man ain't gonna. Oh, look, Maze, let me step in. It's freaking late, man. He does this on his own accord. Get the hell out of here, man.
I'm on freestyle right now. Get it.
Okay.
Let me just put a beat in the back of my head so I can rap.
You're a better man than me,
I want
dude.
the
I'd
fucking
be like,
beat. Fuck this shit.
I know. I'd be like, first of all, come to my
You're
chat,
gonna beat
give me
him.
a sub, and then we'll talk. But hey, Maze is a better man than me.
Yeah,
Okay,
look, man,
Just saying.
I do this on a regular basis. Anybody here who came
Business,
all the way over
man.
to this channel just to hear a freestyle and be able to vibe out, I'm not mad at it, man. I respect it wholeheartedly. You know?
I'll even listen to it. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. You can hear it a cappella. You know what I mean? I'll be having a beat in the back of my head, but there's gonna be some great time. You know?
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's so.
I got you. Let's get it. I'm sitting back and I'm living life and I represent. They say, God, that I love your vibe, that's heaven sent. On those levels and strides, baby, the best plays. Out here just finding calling audibles, the best ways. I'm out here working, I'm popping off in the first place. Almost tripping my life, and what a shoelace. Struggles that we faced with. Building the bars and bricks now that I faced with. Living my life and I'm grinding, they made a change quick. I start working on myself, they made a change quick. They talking about rapping now and they pop away. The same people said that they love you, baby, just walked away. Woo. I'm on my own here, living out my life and I'm grinding all in my own gear. Started from the 80s and take us right to the game gear. Working on my life and my stride, this is like a strange year. Look, I'm out here working for myself. I showed you I could make it, all I did was need help. They say it made you love you like they know my feelings felt. Living life in this strides, I don't even need the help. Working on myself, I'm just concentrating. I see some people out here doing what they do. Aspirational levels, baby, they trying to grip it. They say they loving these people, trust me, these people simping. And I was working, I'm trying to trust me, I never miss it. I'm usually working on myself after competition. I'm shooting in my mind persistent. I live this life, I said I got it, they did never listen. Now I was talking about the flex, I was never flexing. I see these people on my brain, all they did was test it. See, instead of working in my life, I had to learn my lessons. So every time I get the boop, I'm killing every session. No AI spots. I usually write all on my moves. Ain't no AI bot. See, I've been working on my level when I spit that spot. See, I've been working out this private plus I talk a lot. I'm the positive. My prerogative is after negative. I leave them breaking up. I say, I call it a negative and shake them up. Living that life and got this thriving, ain't no breaking us. I mean, in God, I trust to wake up every morning feeling thankful more. 9 a.m. in the morning, trust me, I'm more than thankful, Lord. Working out my ways with this grind that I was praying for. People, my levels in life, that's what I'm changing for. See, I ain't really trying to say it's heaven sent. I'm repping UHM, I should have added that with kick. Living life in that strive like I'm moving on my own ways. I spit bars, I was working on my own blades. They say it makes you got you rapping in your own brain. I mean, that weather's kind of strange. This was all rain. I've been chilling in my own game. All white Mercedes Benz up in its own lane. But I done searched for that. That's 2024 Mercedes. I just working for that. Living that lifestyle and focus. I was working the facts. Sun coming first in my life, so you ain't ready for that. Look, this definition. Because all I did was spit these bars and some recognition. And then these people said they ain't like me. That was kind of fishy. Because all I did was start from the bottom. I know they listen. But it's that level of that life. And then I know they working. They know me hitting streams, baby. I just know they lurking. I say amazed. That's your name. Yeah, you better search it. Because that's the level of my life that's going to make you nervous. Huh? I ain't even trying to ball about it. I spit flows and ain't no need for me to talk about it. I got that level in that life that I just represent. I told my family and my homies we can represent. All I did was try to look them up. I got the stir fry, baby, that's just been cooking up. Living my ways, I don't even feel the trains like it's animated days. Everybody's feeling pain. Everybody's got to humble. And people all complain like nobody else can struggle. But all I did was cut all of these people out of my bubble. And now I'm out here pushing, there's no time for me to fumble. I walk like you walking, sometimes I might just stumble. Hey, I done been where you done been, so all I did was make some life in my ways. That's what I work with. Put all of the same type guys they run the church with. Look, I'm just nasty with the glow, but I'm killing all these bars and plus I'm nasty with the flow. I'm really moving fast. I just rather take it slow. Y'all really want the buzz and I don't even want the glow. I just made the aim. So when it comes to all the bars, I don't need the fame. Some of y'all talk about the mind, y'all do exchange. Y'all be popping with that karma at. And y'all be going right to X with all that bullshit and drama at. Living out that life with that focus and where your mama at. Watch for your ways and grains. I'm on the outside. Never talk about too much. I'm on the outside. I've been talking for the high globes. So people talking, how you doing is pushing false hope. That's the level of my life that I'm going to keep rhyming. And let my brain do the talking as I keep climbing. That's real. I got you.
All right. Special team, special place, special players. I like what I hear here, brother. I like what I hear here, brother.
I like what I hear here, brother. I like what I hear here, brother. Nutsy, all freaking formal and everything. Like, I love that. Man. I liked what I heard, Maze. Way to bust a cap. Yeah, and hit it or something. Like just like an uneducated freaking older guy trying to be hip or whatever. Man, you really dropped those fat rhymes there, Mr. Maze.
Oh God,
Chavez, you can't be that old, bro. What are you, 44?
No, I'm 39, man.
You're not even older than me, fucker.
I'm about to say, are you like mid early
God
80s?
damn.
What the fuck? Stop.
I actually turned 42 on Tuesday.
Respect, man. Nice.
Yeah.
respect.
Hey, you're 42 years wise. Good job.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm right. So I know
Have to
you ain't
level
got
up.
the time, Nutsy. No wonder you ain't got the time anymore. I don't blame you, bro.
Have to level up.
Nutsy's like, I'm over this, man. I'm over
And I got a
this.
7-year-old.
You gotta be
Fuck
over.
this shit, I'm
You
out.
gotta be over. You gotta be over when
Yeah.
you're moving up like that, man. Holy.
Damn.
Love it. Well, rock on, guys. Harley, is there anything else you have? Freaking y'all again. Can we get one more shout out for everybody? Sorry, Harley, I'm putting you to work, girl. My bad. We got Nutsy, got my man Fallen Cleric, who's primarily over on Twitch, but nonetheless dabbles in some kickage. Of course, we got Mr. The Black Up, Maze, myself, y'all. Y'all drop in anytime, man. I'll play a song for you live. You already got a taste of what Maze does. Need I say more? But y'all, content creators, chatters, gamers, dweebs, nerds, musicians, producers, all kinds of shiz, man. Y'all go give Harley a follow too. I actually kind of typed it in chat, but y'all support Harley, man. Show her some love. At least give her a follow.
Who's Harley?
Who's Harley? I don't know. So, I don't know.
God damn.
Actually, I don't even know, to be honest with you. I just see the name popping
Like-
up, and I'm just going with it. So
Harley.
anyway, well, Harley, you do your thing. There's your exit strategy.
I mean,
Like you keep saying Harley, I'm trying to figure out who you're talking about. They're just like a person in the corner. Like what's going on?
I see a Harley Q87.
Again,
What
if you
that?
ain't having fun, you're doing it wrong, bro.
Thank you for having me here, Harley. Thank you for setting this up. I will say thank you for, I know you worked so hard on building this up yourself, so I can only imagine what was put to work here. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for having us. It's definitely appreciated. Thank you.
So our pays in PayPal or Cash App or
Yeah. That's $500 dollars flat.
I
on
do
Harley.
2,000 off that. I want to do 5.
Damn, so you only do increments of 5? Okay.
I do 2K out here.
You gotta like start slow and work your way up, sir. You just said 2K flat top. Like what?
Oh, that's how it got to be, because they damn sure know how to give it to everybody else out here, like no problem.
You just gave like what's this? The amaze tax? Like hold up. Yeah,
Right,
I believe
bro.
that.
Hey, if people know how to pay a whole lot for Jordans, shit, I tell you.
Look, I would say
also Harley, thanks for having us, gentlemen. Thanks for the
Absolutely.
conversation.
Hell yeah.
thank you.
Why can't I hear you, Harley?
I think she or
Oh,
Mike.
I think she
you-
muted herself
Oh
again.
no! Did she mute herself?
She probably did.
First world streamer problems.
No, my word.
what?
There she go.
Yeah,
We couldn't hear you.
I said thank y'all for being here, even though I had to threaten Maisie a couple of times. My initial threat. Yes.
Oh, she really did threaten me. Holy crap, dog. Don't play. She don't play. She gonna get me one way or another.
No, you better watch out for them Texas chicks. They're not nice.
No, they not.
Oh,
They
dog.
Let's see. I'm
What-
very
what's
nice.
it?
Have I been mean to you in all the years you've known me?
no, I can answer that because you've been mean to me,
Well,
man.
you've
No,
been nice
Blacker,
to
we're not
me.
talking about you. You incriminated yourself.
You've been nice to me,
I have the clips.
but
That's funny.
yeah, you sick my wife on me. Exactly. That's yeah.
Sick
yeah,
my own
actually,
wife on me.
Now that I'm thinking about it, every time I don't fucking do what you want, you're like, Cat, Nutsy is not doing it. As a matter of fact, yeah. Texas women are mean.
That's funny.
So she's snitching. That's what she's doing. Damn.
I didn't snitch. Cat knows
That's
everything
called-
that's
that's called
going
dry
on. I just
snitching.
make it apparent. I need backup.
Nah, with him, that's dry snitching.
I didn't have to threaten Chavez. He came willingly.
Hey man, any opportunity to listen, I love to learn. I love to learn. I really do. So I will jump on it if time permits it. Time permitted it. Here we are. So I love it.
Chavez came willingly. Fallen came willingly. Black Up, you came willingly.
I came
Maisie, I had
willingly.
to,
Okay.
I had to threaten that
Hey,
mix-up.
I'm crazy. Of course, I came to Crazy Town.
Netsy, it was a mix of you came willingly and Cat had to threaten you. Because she's right there.
Well, I will say I'm now actually about to willingly leave. I got 3 other very, very time sensitive things I got to take care of before I go to sleep. But Harley, thank you for having me. Much love to you, girl. May's always a joy, man. Appreciate
What's
your
up,
time.
man?
Black Up, freaking so glad I got to get to know you a little bit better. And then, of course, Fallen, so nice to meet you, man. Thank you for your time.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nutsy, I can't stand you. See you around, man.
Yeah, fuck you.
I'm just kidding. I love y'all, man. For
Hell
real.
yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Much love. Get flexed, y'all. Peace.
Ooh, it lets me host out on here. Okay, let's see.
Oh,
where
let
we
you
go,
host
where
out
we
on
go.
here. I don't even know where the fuck we're at.
I didn't know this thing was gonna let me host out. Streamer problems.
Or how to. Oh, maybe it's this. How the hell do you get out of this thing?
I'll kick you out in a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to.
Oh. I'll kick you
Oh,
out.
we can leave?
Yeah, y'all can leave. I'm just
Okay. I'll see y'all later.
think you just-
trying to
I
find
think
somebody
you can
looking
close
for
the browser.
someone active.
Yep, probably just close the browser. All right, boys. Have a good
All
night.
right. Take
All
it
right.
easy, guys.
Let's be
Good evening.
Later.
Yeah.
Oh, I know where. Snow, where we're gonna go here. We're gonna go to Daddy Sneak. So there.